Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a good evening. I'm having a good evening as well. It's been a long day, though. Maple decided that she wanted to get up at 5:30 this morning, and so Meg got up with Maple and took Maple out for a pee, and then brought her back in and put her in her crate. And Maple threw a fit. It was not sleeping time. It was playtime, according to Maple. So after throwing a fit for a few minutes, we ended up letting Maple back out of her crate and putting her in her playpen. And Meg came out to sit on the couch just to keep an eye on her, and I stayed in bed because I was permitted to stay in bed. And consequently, and subsequently, Meg fell asleep on the couch, and Maple fell asleep in her playpen, and I fell asleep in bed, and then we all slept until 10. That was our morning this morning. Maple then, we got up, we did some chores and errands. We took Maple for a long walk over to the vet's office where she got her rabies shot, so Maple can now officially make friends with bats. And then we walked her home, and then I went and did some errands, some additional errands. Then we came home and then had dinner. And now here we are. That was our whole day. So, yeah. Welcome. I don't know that I've got a ton to talk about today, other than the fact that I did go see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania last night. And it was a lot of fun. I liked it. The reviews, I feel like the reviews are being way too hard on it, actually. I went through... So I came out of it with a few impressions, which was like, that was a good, solid, fun, enjoyable... Oh, God, did I put it higher than Iron Man on my list? That was a mistake. But it's like, I mean, it's very simple, right? Like, it's a very simple, straightforward Marvel movie. It's not doing a lot of complex things. It's not got, like, deep, complex themes. It's not really even aspiring to have deep, complex themes. But it is a movie about some superheroes in a big supernatural, like, cosmic adventure, quantum adventure in this case. And they fight a bad guy, and they do so by, like, doing comic booky things. It's an extremely comic book movie, is basically what it comes down to. It is pretty much the most comic book. Oh, I'm getting a phone call, which suggests to me that Meg has locked herself and the pup out. So give me just a second. Hello? You need to be let in. Okay, I will buzz you up. As suspected, Meg did not take keys. Webmeister Bud, thank you very much for the raid. You were playing Forza Horizon 5. Awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good time. You're right. I didn't even mute the mic. I was so sure. So what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So anyway, it's just like a super straightforward comic book movie. And it's like a very comic book movie. But it's like, I don't know. I thought it was very funny. I thought there were a lot of laughs in it. I thought it was... I appreciated the fact that as the movie introducing Kang the Conqueror, I was impressed at the extent to which the movie did not get bogged down in continuity building. Or get bogged down in the continuity. It is not spoilers, Jibcat. The continuity of the MCU is sort of what I mean. Like one of my big criticisms of Black Panther 2 at the time Black Panther 2 came out was the inclusion of Riri Williams, who just had no business being in the movie whatsoever. And the big plus for Ant-Man to me was that it didn't thread in it didn't thread in characters and storylines that existed only to service greater continuity building outside the context of what was needed for the movie itself. And it doesn't get it doesn't get bogged down in doing that kind of thing. It's not pursuing synergy in that way. And given that it's the movie introducing Kang, you would expect that this is the movie that would do that. And as I expected, the movie does not care about the series Loki at all. My previous diatribes about the MCU TV shows being that nothing in any of the TV shows would ever matter in the movies because they can't rely on you having seen the TV shows. So, as expected, the movie doesn't care about Loki, the series, at all. It requires absolutely no knowledge of the events of Loki in order to understand what's going on. So I'm saying Falcon will not have the shield. No. The fact that... Okay, so Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What happens in Falcon and the Winter Soldier? What happens in Falcon and the Winter Soldier is Falcon, having received the shield from Captain America at the end of Endgame, took the shield and donated it to a museum in the first episode. And then in the last episode, fully embraced the shield and got it back. And so literally the only thing that changed between the end of Endgame and where Captain America 4 happens is that he will have gotten a suit. And at no point in any previous in any previous MCU movie have we ever cared that a character got a new suit between movies. So the US Agent will still exist, but will be introduced. So yeah. As Sam says, his good friend and role model, Steve Goddamn Rogers, is like, I think you should be Cap now. And off screen, he goes, screw that, and gives the shield to a museum, but then changes his mind and takes it back. And so if you only watch the movies, what you're going to see is his good friend and role model, Steve Goddamn Rogers, is like, I think you should be Cap now. And then in Captain America 4, he will be Captain America now. Like, you don't need to have watched the cul-de-sac that is Falcon and the Winter Soldier in order to understand what's going on there. What about Hawkeye 2? She'll just show up. It won't matter. The events of the series won't matter. She'll just be there and be like, hi, I'm the new Hawkeye. And she'll get a little introduction for the people in the room that she needs to introduce herself to, and that'll be it. What about Wanda turning evil? Wanda's dead, so again, doesn't matter. There's nothing that happens in any of the series that will require more than 90 seconds of screen time to describe. Has there been anything on the Marvels? There's been so we know a couple of things about the Marvels. The premise of the Marvels is that Kamala and Kamala and Carol's brains have swapped bodies. That's the jumping off point for the Marvels. which is based on an event that took place at the very end of Ms. Marvel, but again can be explained in under 90 seconds of on-screen exposition, and in fact will probably just be shown in the first scene of the movie. The third lady on the poster is Monica Rambeau, who gained powers in, like, who was Carol's best friend's daughter in the 1990s, and who is now got also Marvel powers, basically, and who has a bit of a grudge against Carol for disappearing. But anyhow, like, this is the extent to which I expect these series to matter. But anyhow, Loki, the movie does not care about Loki at all. So if you haven't seen Loki, it doesn't matter. But anyhow, I thought it was good. I enjoyed myself immensely. And I think I had a good time. And the biggest thing that stuck in my mind after watching it last night was, like, this movie in its broad strokes is just Rise of Skywalker again, except this time it's kind of good and mechanically functional. Like, that's the basic gist of it. It does a lot of the same things Rise of Skywalker does, and in fact, like, full-blown lifts a couple of plot points from Rise of Skywalker, and but otherwise actually makes those plot points work. I don't want to get into it because some people are gonna be kind of spoilersy. Meg says big Star Wars vibes as well. So, which one was Rise of Skywalker? The baddest one. Episode 9. How much Tron? More than no Tron. There's more than no Tron in it. It's less Tron than you think it is, but it's not no Tron. Now I'm thinking about it, and, like, there's actually quite a bit of Tron in it. Tron Legacy. We're talking Tron Legacy. There's a fair bit of Tron Legacy in it. And there's a fair bit of Star Wars in it. And there are some really good characters. MODOK is hilarious. All in all, I thought it was good. Certainly, I thought it was... I don't know. Sam Wonk last night said lots of people were comparing it to... Star Wars, and those people were giving it 1/2 star reviews on Letterboxd. And so I went and read the reviews on Letterboxd, like, just the general, like, user reviews on Letterboxd. And I don't know what movie these people were watching. That, like, they were slagging this movie real hard. It currently has something like a 2.8 out of 5 on Letterboxd. And, like, I don't know. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like, I don't know. Do you hate fun? Do you hate going to a movie and having the movie make you laugh? And just generally doing it a reasonable job of executing on its ambitions and telling an okay story? Like, I don't know. Yeah, like 2.8 is not that far from my 3.5, but still, like, I don't think it's an amazing movie, but I did think it was a lot of fun. Should you watch the second Ant-Man movie before Quantumania? You probably ought to. But you don't need to. There's one character who's in Ant-Man 3 whose presence in Ant-Man 3 is at least somewhat dependent on plot events that take place in Ant-Man 2, but there's only one character. Hi. And you're not gonna be really lost if you don't understand how they came back. But yeah, Ant-Man 2 is pretty good. Ant-Man 2 is pretty good. Not a bad movie. It's a fun one. Kind of forgettable, but pretty good. I think this one is less forgettable than Ant-Man 2. This movie just has a lot more visual panache than Ant-Man 2. Letterboxd popular reviews are trash? Okay. Then I should look at other reviews, I guess. Anyhow, you're going to yell at me if I get too deep into, like, actual discussion of this movie, so I'm not gonna. But if I get into the nitty-gritty, you're all going to yell at me. But I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. If you want to see me get into the nitty-gritty of the new Marvel movies, come check out the Discord. Or, and actually I should check and see, I know I made a Google Sheet of this. I wonder if I still have it. There are 6 people who are actual movie critics on Letterboxd, and when they watch movies, those get the most likes. Yeah, and I think I follow 3 of them. Did I make this spreadsheet? Maybe I didn't save it. Yeah, that's not it. So what I am actually looking for right now is I did a spreadsheet that figured out when we would have to start the next Countdown to Infinity in order to line up Countdown to Infinity, Countdown 2 with, I think I did it to Secret Wars, but let me see if I can find it. This is not important at all, but let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Anyhow, for the record, based on a single line of dialogue delivered, a single line of exposition, in fact, delivered in Quantumania, my expectation is that the Secret Wars of Avengers Secret Wars nomenclature, Avengers 6, the Secret Wars in question are going to be based on the new Secret Wars event, where all of the different universes crashed into one another. That is my expectation. Not the original Secret Wars, but the new Secret Worlds, or the new Secret Wars, yeah. Would Countdown 2 be a rewatch of all of them again, or just the new stuff? And the answer to that is, what I said to James was that we should do everything. But I fear that I have lost track of the document. But I definitely did make a document, so I'm a little annoyed that I can't find the document that I made. But I guess I didn't do it in Google. I must have done it. Yes, we were. The plan was to do one-off episodes for the shows. Okay, you're going to go with me on this journey here. I'm sorry in advance, but you're going with me on this journey. And in fact, I'm going to do it... MCU movies. List of MCU movies. Okay, great. All right, so go with me on this journey, would you? We're going to go to the clip review scene. And I am going to make sure that I have the right thing selected. And then we're going to turn it on. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to line it up so that we can see. Great. So let me remind myself, we've got Iron Man. We've got the Incredible Hulk. We've got Iron Man 2. We've got Thor and Captain America 1. Thor 1, Cap Am 1, Avengers. Then we've got Iron Man 3, Thor 2. Then Captain America 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to just call this Cap 1 for simplicity's sake. So Guardians of the Galaxy, then Age of Ultron, Ant-Man. Avengers 2. Ant-Man 1. My capitalization is all over the place here, but we'll worry about that later. Then we got Cap 3, Doctor Strange. Guardians 2, Spider-Man 1. Then we have Thor 3, Black Panther. Avengers 3, Ant-Man 2. Captain Marvel, Avengers 4. Then we have Spider-Man 2. Then we have Black Widow, Shang-Chi. Eternals, Spider-Man 3. Doctor Strange 2, Thor 4. Black Panther 2, Ant-Man 3. Then Guardians 3, Captain Marvel 2. Then we have Captain America 4, Thunderbolts, Blade. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four. Avengers 5, Avengers 6, and then somewhere in there is Armor Wars and Shang-Chi 2. But we haven't got dates yet. And then on top of that, we also have the MCU TV shows. List of Marvel Cinematic Universe's television series. So the ABC series don't count. They count, but they don't count. The Netflix series don't count. They count, but they don't count. The young adult series, Runaways and Cloak and Dagger, don't count. Hellstrom doesn't count. But WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki. And I'm not going to slot these in order. I'm going to just put these at the bottom for the sake of... Inhumans is definitely canon. Well, Inhumans is canon to an alternate universe at this point. So we got WandaVision. We got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We've got Loki. Daredevil is not canon. Daredevil, the series, is not yet canon. The character is canon. The series is not yet canon. We do not know that the events... Not only... He's been in one of the series and in one of the TV shows. Yes, Daredevil and Kingpin, the characters are canon, but the events of the series are not explicitly canon at this point. But anyhow, Daredevil is in No Way Home and also in She-Hulk. So the character is like definitively in the in the MCU, and also Fisk is in Hawkeye, and so consequently Fisk is in the MCU. So yeah, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye. What If, Hawkeye, Moon Knight. And that's going to be What If, S1, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk. And then, of course, we've got all of these. We've got Secret Invasion, Loki and What If Season 2. Ironheart, Echo, Agatha. And Daredevil. And then probably Vision Quest and Nova are probably not coming out until after the future movies. So that's everything that we know of. And so I'm going to take Avengers 6 and I'm going to move Avengers 6 to the bottom just for record-keeping purposes. And so Avengers 6... What's the current release date for Avengers 6? Is May 1st, 2026. May 1, 2026. So let's go to 2026, which you can't see because I'm looking off the side of my screen. But we're going to go 26 May. May 1 is a Friday. We'll have to watch it. So presumably this is actually going to, like, this episode is actually going to air after that at some point. But we can count back based on that. So we have to go 1 week we have to cut back 1 week based on each episode to do the count back, which is what I wanted to do. May 1. So the week before is the 24th of April. April. There we go. All right, let's see where this takes us. All right. So, provided we were starting from Secret Wars, we would be dating back to April 18th, 2025. But I think, now that I think about it, the actual plan was to do it from Avengers 5. So let me pull this down. And Avengers 5 is currently dated for May 2nd, 2025. So a week earlier than May 2nd, 2025 is April 25th, 2025. Which puts us... That is wrong. 25th. Take both of these and then pull it up. There we go. Starting in April of 2024, doing one a week gets us to Avengers 5 based on everything we know to be in progress. So that's more or less when you can expect a return of Countdown is mid 2024. And then, of course, possible includes are all 5 previous Spider-Man movies. And also the Netflix Daredevil series. And also Inhumans. April Fool's episode on Catwoman. Ooh. So we plan to rewatch each TV series in a week? Well, probably not. Probably what we would actually do is start recording well in advance of this date so that we're not on a weekly treadmill for a year. Very likely we would start this in mid 2023 and record a bunch of episodes. So we have some more time. Probably. Anyhow, thank you for going on this journey with me. Now we've gone through that. All right. So, I could have sworn I heard an alert. Oh, Zool, thank you very much for the follow. And Poi Pal, thank you also for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Did they scrap a Planet Hulk movie? They never greenlit a Planet Hulk movie. Marvel still doesn't have distribution rights for a standalone Hulk movie, as far as I'm aware. Those distribution rights still live with Universal, I think. The real solution to this is to do one episode a month for 52 months. That would buy us lots of time. Do I even have 52 months? One a month? One a month would be great. One a month? Think of how much that would not impact our time together over the course of a month, as opposed to one a week for 52 weeks. No, I probably don't. It's 4 years. So no, there are not 52 months between now and then. Well, okay, so that's not quite true, because as Samwong noted, all of these movies are getting delayed by at least 6 months apiece. So by the time Avengers 6 comes out, we will have had 52 weeks between now and then. Anyhow, the important thing to note is that there are between 52 and 60 odd pieces of MCU content that will be available, not including heretofore unannounced projects, and depending on how you count, by the time Avengers 6 comes out. Which is just a lot of MCU content. That's a lot. Okay, now that we've done this big deep dive into the MCU, yeah, by the time Avengers 6 comes out, it will have been nearly 20 years since Iron Man. How many Westerns got made each decade during that genre's heyday? Hundreds. Based on my dad's Western film library that he owns because he loves Westerns, hundreds. There are more Western movies than there are days during the Wild West. Interesting. All right, let's move on. Let's progress into our gameplay, because it's not like I won't be able to talk about things while I'm gaming. First, here is my phone. Here is my phone cable. Everyone, please brace your ear holes. Oh, you got the boops, but I didn't because my headset turned off. No one reminded you about the bet? Jibcat, there has literally been a banner at the top of chat saying, "Predict the drink" for the last hour. And Meg, Don't forget you have a treat. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you didn't forget. All right. Now, Garcon, can I have a drum roll, please? Delicious and nutritious. That is a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the rainbow. They still haven't announced Young Avengers. Do I think that's a post-Kang thing? That depends. Do we expect them to introduce... I guess the answer to that question is, do we expect them to introduce Nathaniel Richards officially? Because in that case, maybe. The thing is, if they're going to announce Young Avengers, they've got to do it soon, because otherwise the Young Avengers will no longer be young. At some point, Haley Steinfeld is going to be like 40. What's Reed's son's name? Reed has a bunch of kids. Franklin. So anyhow, they better get on with it. They got like a year or so before all of the Young Avengers age out. And for what it's worth, Marvel has long been loosely adapting and updating storylines. I fully don't expect the Young Avengers movie to include necessarily all of the characters from the Young Avengers, the comic series. They have quite a large suite of Young Avengers from which to draw already without actually having to introduce very many more. Anyhow, let's play a video game. We've done our traditions. Let's play a video game. Sam Wong says, it'll just be Julia Louis-Dreyfus making some cutting remark that doesn't actually make sense. Like, what are you, a bunch of Young Avengers? You're right. And nothing will have progressed since the year 2000 when Cyclops looked at Wolverine and said, what, would you prefer yellow spandex? World full. And now we wait. Jibcat Hulkling in the Young Avengers is not Hulk's kid. Hulkling is a Skrull. Yes, it's confusing. Don't ask. What's a Skrull? You're not allowed to ask what a Skrull is. The Skrulls have been in, like, multiple things at this point. In the MCU. Please, God, I'm begging you. I know Jim Cat is the person who would ask that. That Jim Cat asked it isn't a surprise. Whoops, this one. This guy is Gagaruna. Gagaruna. Tell me, do you know of Professor Eric? He's a scholar of Eorzean military history whose genius is second to none. And he is among our most valued clients. Some find him to be verbose, tedious, haughty. But never mind all that. The man spends more gil on a moon's research than most people see in a lifetime. Hence our amicable relations. I have the hiccups. To answer Siva Krytos specifically, and only Siva Krytos, and not anyone else in chat, but only Siva Krytos. The Skrulls, the Skrulls, are a race of shape-changing aliens who look kind of like lizard people. But they're shapeshifters. They're shape-shifting lizard people who at one point in comics history infiltrate Earth and control all the world governments. The shape-shifting lizard people. Which is a connection I'm only just sort of making now. Okay, one of the Kree was the guy with the hammer who wouldn't dance, yes. He is not all of the Kree. Ronan the Accuser is Kree, but is not all of the Kree. The Kree are the race of blue people from which Captain Marvel got her powers. Well, sort of. Was trained and operated as part of their, like, police force. Anyhow, they don't like each other. They both suck, and neither one likes each other. Well, sorry. The Skrulls in the MCU, as far as we know, don't suck. In the comics, they both suck and hate each other. The MCU Skrulls so far are all good guys. Which is, like, spoilers for Captain Marvel, I guess, but that movie came out, like, 20 years ago, so... His latest work has him visiting the sites of ancient battlefields. He insists on surveying lands plagued by savage beasts. According to him, the beasts keep man away, and less intrusion by man means greater preservation. Whatever his reasons, should the professor meet an untimely fate, we will be unable to collect the gil he has borrowed, much less the interest. Oh, and it would be a terrible loss for the academic community, and so on and so forth. Yes, yes. I'm not going to make any progress tonight because chat is too entertaining. Zamwok says, do you ever make pasta thinking to yourself, I'm really hungry, I should make a lot, and put like a shit ton of noodles in there, and then you cook them, and it turns out it was the same crappy number of noodles you always make? And the answer to that is no, because I always make way too many, and then end up eating just a ginormous heaping mound of noodles that would easily serve like 3 normal-sized servings of pasta. So I always go the other way. I always end up making way too much and then having to like choke down an enormous amount of pasta. The point is, the man needs to be guarded. To that end, I sent a monk of Ala Miko to see to his safety, but it turns out the bloody oaf has no work ethic about him, just like an Alamegan. The professor cannot focus on his work if he feels endangered, so has demanded we assign him a new bodyguard. That's why I'm so glad to see you, Uzela. The professor is awaiting his new escort as we speak, and I'd like for it to be you. You are yet a mere pugilist. Perhaps this task would provide some insight into what it is the monkhood does around here. Make for the Goldsmiths Guild, and there, seek out our good Professor Eric. The professor claims he will pay his debt and the fees for his protection once his research is complete. See to it our investment doesn't end up under the paw or in the maw of some nasty beast. The Goldsmiths Guild? Steps of Thal. Goldsmiths Guild. Goldsmiths Guild. Teleport me to the Goldsmiths Guild. We represent the Goldsmiths Guild. I would like a big rock. There it is. React button. What on earth is a react button? What does a react button do? I've never even heard of a react button. What's a react button? A thing viewers can click to mark an exciting or entertaining moment in a VOD. Huh. Interesting. Okay, that's new to me. Good evening to you, adventurer, and welcome to the Goldsmiths Guild. Have you come to observe our artisans at work? Indeed, it is a marvel to watch goldsmiths transform raw materials and uncut gemstones into sparkling rings, earrings, and necklaces, some of which possess magical properties, no less. You know, if you'd like to try your hand at goldsmithing, the guild is open to adventurers like yourself. No prior experience is required, for we teach all you need to know about the craft. Would you be interested? Yes! It pleases me greatly to hear you say so. As the first step, I would have you understand the purpose of our guild. The vast mineral resources of Thanalan have given rise to a grand goldsmithing tradition, which has been refined through the ages. Our techniques are renowned across the realm, our creations held in the highest regard. However, we of Esthaim's lapidaries, the premier source of Aldan jewelry, were not content to rest on our laurels. Seeking to advance our craft, we turned our eyes to the east, the only place in the known world whose goldsmithing was said to rival our own. We built the finest facilities to beckon their masters hither, and blended their foreign techniques with ours. Our guild quickly became the center of Eorzean goldsmithing. Aye, here you shall benefit from the refined wisdom of countless veteran craftsmen. You will learn to see the potential in your materials and shape them to your will. These are essential skills for a goldsmith must hone his eyes to identify and appraise all manner of materials and, when needs be, recognize imitations for what they are. It is even said that a master goldsmith can ascertain the authenticity of a man himself. You may one day come to possess such vision, but even the most magnificent jewel begins life as a rough-hewn stone. It must first be cut and polished before it can delight the eyes with its brilliance. If you would become a goldsmith, you must needs refine yourself as you would a gemstone. It will take much time and effort, and there is no guarantee of success. Should you be certain that this is the life you seek, speak to me once more. Before you can embark upon your journey to become a goldsmith, you must first seek an audience with our guildmaster. Are you ready to do so? You shall find Mistress Serendipity on the workshop floor, just down the steps. Show her your burning desire to learn, and you are certain to receive her permission to join.
Stop right there, you little troublemaker. People are working here. Oh, pardon me, I had you mistaken for a mammoth. For a moment there, let's start over, shall we? What brings you in here today, adventurer? Do you perchance have aspirations to become a goldsmith? Really? That's great. Welcome, welcome. I'm Serendipity, but you can call me Sarah. Or is that too informal? Sorry, I'm still accustomed to this whole guildmaster business. Right. What did you say your name was again? Apollo? Oh, right. Vuvuzela, Vuvuzela. Well then, Vuvuzela, Vuvuzela, work hard, and one day your creations may line the shelves at Esthaim's Aesthetics. Trust in yourself, and you can achieve anything. That was sufficiently inspiring, I trust. Good. Next order of business. Here's your new chaser hammer. Well, I say new, but it's actually a bit weathered. But never you mind that. Just show me what you know how to hold it so we can get started.
New hammer.
Great, let's get started. Now, to be honest, I'd swear you've done this before by the way you wear that hammer on your hip.
Oh, that's not just... The hammer is my penis.
Mind you, even if you do have some experience, a responsible guildmaster must ensure that her charges have a firm grasp of the fundamentals. Therefore, I command you to craft me a copper ingot. It's simple, really. All you need is copper ore and a wind shard. Our guild supplier, XIV, can supply you with a copper ore, and I gave you a few wind shards along with your hammer. At least, I think I did. If it turns out you don't have any, you'll need to get some for yourself. Isn't this exciting, Vuvuzela? Your first real challenge as a member of the Goldsmiths Guild. Show me the ingot when you're done. Good luck.
I stand. In this chat, I stand. Crafting log. Copper ingot. What do I need? I need 3 copper ores. Garçon, 3 of your finest copper ores. Congratulations. 1.
Oh, did you forget what materials you need? I stand over there can sell you a copper ore, but I'm afraid he doesn't stock wind shards. Don't think too hard, Uzela. Just give it a try and see what happens. You know, I think this is quite...
Utter garbage, the worst. Not even fit for making a chamber pot.
Quiet, Gigi. I'm the guildmaster. I get to decide what's fit for a chamber pot. Ahem. Excuse me, he gets a bit overzealous at times. Gigi is my assistant, but he has a habit of butting in with his opinions. Most mammoths are rather simple, capable of no more than rudimentary speech. They can be relied upon for menial tasks, but little else.
It's Marvin the Martian. Oh, this makes me very angry.
Gigi, on the other hand, is quite intelligent and quite stubborn, I might add. I suspect that's due to his age. He's been with the guild for an eternity, ever attending each guildmaster, but recently he has been coming and going as he pleases.
Kneel before Gigi, the one true guildmaster. Respect my authority, ignorant mortal, or suffer my wrath.
It's like this every day, Uzela. I'm afraid the experience he's accumulated over a century of assisting guildmasters has made him arrogant. It's quite intimidating, really. I may be the guildmaster, but he's like a walking, talking archive of all knowledge to do with our craft. Oh, I completely forgot about your ingot. Sorry. As I was about to say, I think this is very, very good for a beginner. It's reasonably pure and well-formed. I dare say you've got a knack for this, Uzela. What you need now is practice. So keep practicing with your hammer and come back here when you've gotten more comfortable using it.
Bugger off, Greenhorn.
Tink, 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 tink.
Oh, cancel. I want my pugilist gear, equip set. Good. Then I want to make sure that I have all the best stuff equipped, and then I want to update my gear set. All right, great. Hi, Eric!
My punch-prone manservant, I presume. You may and shall call me Eric. You are to guard my life, even at the cost of your own, and aid in my revolutionary research whenever and however asked. Know that my primary endeavor is to reconstruct the military histories of old through the ethereal analysis of ancient battlegrounds. I assume the words conjure in your simple mind romantic images of vast plains and open valleys, with armies charging blindly at one another. False! I seek to know where the armies of old were deployed, where they made camp and marched. No doubt, you think such lands to be those sung of in the songs of bards. False! They are here, beneath our very feet, and to find them and determine precisely how events, if unfolded upon them, is my purpose. No doubt you jumped at the chance to aid me in my work. Tell me, which of my treatises have you read? All of the... None? Gods! I knew you adventurers had a reputation for being unlettered. I did not know you actually made efforts to remain so. It matters not. I I require only that you work with diligence, unlike that Widergelt buffoon. The man something, but then I accidentally skipped the dialogue box. I admit, he seemed keenly interested in my research, but now he's gone off to 12 nowhere and is yet to return. Do you understand the sheer magnitude of this inconvenience? Good, good. You show that much promise at least, but let us speak more of my work. Our first destination is the Silde excavation site in central Thanalan. I believe events of great import to the history of Silda transpired there. Surely if you have ears, you have heard of Silda. Or are you deaf as well as dull? Very well. I see you require some instruction. It would be remiss of me, as an academic, to allow you to wallow in such ignorance. Silde was plunged into chaos in the wake of King Lalawefu's demise, or the King of Springs, as he was known. Despite the success of economic reforms, fomented unrest among the people, resulting in violent outbreaks throughout the kingdom. Silda was Sultan at the time, distant descendant, blah 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 blah. Attack was ordered, blah 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 blah. And so, blah 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 blah, irony of ironies, blah blah, hadn't been for that horse, blah blah. Fascinating, is it not? Is it enough to convince one things could not have happened? It is enough to convince one things could not have happened any other way, no? False! One among my colleagues disagreed with this interpretation of events. He claimed to have evidence suggesting otherwise, but all trace of it disappeared before it was published. Mine own research shall unearth any such evidence should it truly exist. I shall know the truth. Granted, you are not the brightest coal in the brazier, but surely a prospect entices even you. And so we make for the Silde excavation site in central Thanalan. Travel the way before me to see that it is safe, and once there, set up this aetherometer. And should you ever care to know more of the Eorzean military history, do come and see me. It is a personal crusade of mine to guide the dullards of this realm towards some modicum of enlightenment. Alright, where are we going? Oh. A miner? So you want to be a miner. So you want to be a weaver. So you want to be a miner. I'm sorry, you're too old. You have already gone and grown up. I've run out of words. Well met, adventurer. You stand within the Miners' Guild, the place where seekers of the realm's mineral wealth gather. With pickaxe and sledgehammer, we miners work rock and earth that they might yield us ores, fossils, precious stones, and more. If you have a mind to join our ranks, you will be pleased to know that we are currently recruiting. Great riches await those with strong backs and keen eyes. A decision you will not regret. You've just taken your first step towards striking it rich. To look at the lands around Elda, one would be forgiven for thinking that a region barren of opportunity. But beneath the surface, the scene could not be more different. There lie veins of copper, silver, gold, and gold beyond measure. For as long as he has dwelt in Thanalan, man has availed himself of these vast deposits, giving rise to a thriving mining trade, which forms the foundation of our nation's prosperity. Of course, the mining trade, as it is today, owes much to an event which took place some century and a half ago, namely the Mad Mithril Rush. Never before had the Sultanate seen such an influx of migrants. Endless throngs came from lands near and far, spurred on by the dream of discovering the mother lode. Alas, a harsh reality awaited them. You see, the vast majority of these poor souls were miners in name alone, and they possessed neither the proper equipment nor the training to realize their dreams. To make matters worse, the mining concerns, who in those days held absolute power, did not scruple to exploit them. Presented with a glut of unskilled labor, they proceeded to fill every tunnel to bursting, and atrocious working conditions soon became the norm. Miners were paid a pittance for backbreaking labor, and saw naught of the riches they unearthed. Pushed to the breaking point, the workers banded together to form the Miners' Guild, with the aim of improving conditions while protecting the integrity of the trade.
Hey, they formed a union!
Since then, we have sought to educate folk in correct mining practices, both to prevent accidents and to curb the impact that our trade has upon the environment. I trust you now have a better understanding of what we do. All that's left is to commit your name to our role. When you are ready to do so, pray speak with me again. I shall guide you through the enrollment procedure.
Not only did they form a union, but they formed a union that has one of its core tenets, the responsible stewardship of the environment. Fancy.
So, are you ready to join the Miners' Guild?
I am.
Music to my ears. I, the kind made when one's pickaxe strikes gold. You must introduce yourself to Guildmaster Adalberta. Right away. Her approval is required if you are to be formally admitted to our ranks. In case you're unaware, Adalberta is probably the most accomplished of those miners who still swing a pickaxe. Her understanding of our trade is unsurpassed, and her flair for prospecting uncanny. Her brain, in short, is a veritable gold mine of knowledge, much of it concerning the mining of gold. Ha ha! Jesting apart, you stand to learn a great deal from her. When you are ready, present yourself to Adalberta. You will find her down the steps yonder, over by the bar.
But Adalberta, the province of Adalberta's primary industry is resource extraction, not mineral extraction. I really wish I could do an Appalachian accent.
Well met, adventurer. Adalberta's my name. I'm the master of this guild. I take it you wish to become a miner? Well, our doors are all open to all who aren't afraid to work hard and get dirty. Thanks to recent advances in refining techniques, it's now possible to smelt even low-purity ores. I mention this because it's allowed us to reopen a number of mines which were long thought exhausted, prompting trade to flourish. Truth be told, with business as it is at the moment, we can't take on enough new miners. And few folk make better miners than adventurers, you being a hardy lot. What's more, you're well-traveled, which serves to expand the guild's sphere of activity. Oh, but I'm not suggesting you join solely for our benefit. For your part, you'll acquire skills that will prove to your profit. A mutually beneficial arrangement, I trust you'll agree. So what say you? You will join us, yes? Then I bid you welcome to the Miners' Guild. May your toils never go unrewarded. Now then, here's a pickaxe to get you started. It's not the newest, but it should serve a novice well enough. Go on and take it up. See how it feels in your hands. Speak to me again when you're ready, and I'll assign you a little task to help you get into the swing of things. You look good with a pickaxe, Uzela. Now that you're suitably equipped, your training can commence. A miner learns his craft best in the wilderness with pickaxe in hand. To begin, let's see how you fare with a good old copper ore. Bring me, say, 10 chunks. There are deposits of the stuff throughout Thanalan. I doubt you'll have to go very far outside the city. Seek out some promising locations outside of the Gate of Sultana and the Gate of Nald and swing away. The motion may feel awkward at first, but in time it'll become second nature.
Alright, you've learned a Gatherer role action. Gatherer role actions are abilities shared by botanists, miners, and fishers rather than a specific class. They are learned via leveling or upon completing certain quests, but only need to be learned once to be able to use them with all gathering classes. Once learned, the role actions can be used to reveal and track gathering locations. Oh. So, character, actions and traits, gatherer role, prospect. Neat. Wait, why are you...
It's 10 chunks of copper ore I want. The metal is common enough in Thanalan. You shouldn't have trouble finding suitable deposits just outside the Gate of Sultana and Gate of Nald.
Oh, but I have 90 copper ore, apparently? Yes, I mined this copper ore from a shop.
Let's see here. 10 chunks just as I ordered. Well done, Uwuzela. Tell me, is being a miner art like you imagined? Harder than expected, is it? Ha! All new recruits say as much. It takes a combination of knowledge, experience, and instinct to know where to dig. Yet it's ultimately back-breaking labor that yields you your prize. Make no mistake, Uwuzela, mining is grueling work, and you'll be dog-tired most of your waking hours. But tell me, did you not feel invigorated each time your pickaxe struck home? Do you not experience the thrill of triumph when the earth finally yielded up your prize? That is what we miners live for. You may be ripe to collapse, your face caked in weak old dirt, but the promise of discovery drives you on. And the instant you find that which you have long sought, in that sparkling instant, you feel like a god among men. You've made a fine start, and I would see you maintain your efforts. Practice swinging your pickaxe till your arms have learned the motion, then return here. I'll have another little task for you.
Hey, we leveled up. Alright, next we have the Weavers Guild. Don't mind me, I'm just running around in the buff here. In my small clothes, as the game's nomenclature indicates. I sure did run the long way around that room. Harp.
Whee!
Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the wellspring of all dawn fashion. From humble thread, our peerless artisans weave wonders, dreams in fabric form. We are renowned as the Orzia's finest purveyors of quality textiles and as her foremost arbiters of style. Needless to say, such renown was not won without effort. Ours is a tremendously demanding profession, you see, but also a highly rewarding one. It is little wonder that so many adventurers have set their hearts upon joining us. Might you be one of them? Ah, I thought as much, and I'm sure you're eager to learn all about our illustrious history.
Sorry, I have a hangnail on my thumb. It's driving me nuts.
As I'm sure you know, Thanalan can be a perilous place, its vast deserts being wont to punish the unprepared, while a menagerie of ferocious beasts stalk the sands. The greatest foe, of course, is the midday sun. And so, ever since man first set foot in this region, he has favored light, flowing fabrics that shield him from the sun's rays while allowing his skin to breathe. Of course, Aldans have ever been a people of taste. Demand for more extravagant designs spurred innovation, resulting in textile goods whose appeal extended far beyond our borders. Merchants had little trouble selling Aldan fabrics in foreign markets, so great was their reputation for beauty and quality. And when traders from those same markets sought to peddle their lesser products in Thanalan, well, it gave us little cause for concern. Sunsilk tapestries is synonymous with the textile trade in Ul'dah, you see. Those who come here hoping to peddle cheap rags swiftly learn the price of doing business in our territory. Wiser men and women with an interest in our trade choose instead to join the guild, which the company generally operates for the betterment of Ul'dan society. We offer our members the tools and techniques needed to become successful, and should they prove themselves especially skilled, they may even be offered direct employment as Sunsilk weavers. Just imagine, adventurer, your designs could one day dictate the course of Ul'dan fashion. If you desire such fame and influence, then you might be granted a place with us, provided that you are willing to embrace hard work. To ensure candidates can endure the rigors of our profession, our guildmaster has taken it upon himself to evaluate each one personally. When you are ready to submit yourself to his rigorous scrutiny, say the word.
I am ready.
Are you ready to meet the guildmaster? First impressions are everything, and you do not want to present yourself poorly. Excellent. Though I do wonder if your attire is appropriate for the occasion. You will find the esteemed Redolent Rose supervising guild operations over yonder. He is, how shall I put this? He is relentless in his pursuit of excellence. So long as you demonstrate that you are similarly committed, he will treat you fairly, with respect.
What do we have here? Another adventurer in search of thrills and excitement. Shall I dance you a merry jig? No. Well, if this fails to please you, I suggest you run along. Perhaps the women of the Ruby Road Exchange will be more to your liking. Oh, so you mean to become a weaver? Then we have something to discuss after all. I shall be blunt. Weaving is an art, and like all true artists, we must make sacrifices and suffer for our craft. So tell me, adventurer, are you prepared to suffer? So you say, but only time will tell. In any case, you'll need equipment to get started. This needle should suffice for now. I need not explain what a needle is, I trust. Good. Then hold it as you would when sewing and show me when you're ready to begin. Where did my needle go? Oh, it's an embroidery ring. It's not a needle at all.
Well, well, you look like you were born to hold one of those. Even so, I suggest you keep it somewhere safe, especially when clamoring over haystacks, as I shan't be issuing you another. Now, you certainly look the part, but it remains to be seen if you can play it. I bid you craft me a spindle of hempen yarn. A trifling task, yes? Well, I do hope you find it so. Should it seem even remotely testing, you have no future at this guild. To make hempen yarn, you will require moko grass and lightning shards. The former can be purchased from our own dear Jijima. The latter you will have to find for yourself. That is all.
Hempen yarn, hempen yarn. Hempen yarn. Moko grass. How much moko grass did I need? I didn't check. Some amount of momo grass. Two moko grass. Moko grass. Moko grass.
Wee.
Jijima can provide the moko grass, but you must procure the lightning shards. Or have you made your yarn already? Well, bless my soul, he can follow basic instructions. It would seem you have grasped the fundamentals. Good boy.
Oh, I like that he has an embroidered cactuar on his ring.
Yarn and cloth may be mere materials, but they must be crafted with no less care than a whole garment. For though the finest garments are greater than the sum of their parts are invariably the finest. Do remember this, Uwuzela, as you continue your training. Practice making yarn and other simple items, and return once you have attained a basic level of proficiency. Tedious, I grant you, but necessary. And you did tell me you are ready to suffer.
Suffer! Central Thanalan. Central Thanalan. Oh, right there. Okay. Black brush. Oh yes, Philo, I did get my chocobo. And I named it Kazuo. No, Shimmer is not just for horses. Shimmer is for anything you can ride. But the opportunity to name this one Kazuo was too good to pass up. Shimmer will return. Duty calls.
Well done. Now we need only wait for the athometer to gauge the... There are fiends about, Uzela. They are often drawn to the lingering sense of blood and death. Well, this is what you're here for. Have at it.
Two more imps. Yes, Mr. Horrible, I am working on my monk quest at present. It's not really a finally, it was just, I had a couple of things I had to take care of before we came out here and did this. I don't even think it's true that my brainworms flared up. There were just job quests, which I figured I should pick up while I was there. Hey, buddy. Sorry about the framiness there. I clicked over to take a look at Samwong's picture of the lump. It's a good lump, Bront.
Withergelt, so good of you to drag yourself all this way, you purblind sluggard. Oh, and Uzela, you have far exceeded what admittedly low expectations I had of you. I suppose introductions are in order. Far be it for me to deny the realms and unread the comfort of one another's company. Withergelt, Uzela, Withergelt, the monk I spoke of, sent to me by Gagaruna. I tried to make a pupil of Withergelt as well, but he has little mind for history. His primitive beliefs in the witchcraft of chakra and spiritual energies have a tenacious hold on him. I tried... Oh, truly. This is the area where there have been sightings of walking dead. I have heard the tales. Some claim they've seen an apparition wearing the garb of an ancient commander.
Careful, there are still dangers about. His work is dear to him. That is good. He thirsts for knowledge, for truth. Discovery awakens him. You too have awoken, friend. Can you not feel it? Do not be frightened. Here was a battle. Long ago, much energy remains. It has found you. It flows through you. Your chakra has been opened. This was the light that shone from you. It is as Eric said. Withergelt is my name. I am a brother of the monkhood. My order is the Fist of Ralgar. Our way is to train the body and mind. Oops. Well, I skipped that dialogue prompt. Chakra exist in all that lives, in all beings, yet not all beings can open them. Much training is needed, and great discipline. With these, the life force be commanded. There are those who require no training. Their inner strength is such that it forces the chakra open. I have heard of this happening, but never have I seen it. Until now. I see, in you, great conviction. You mean to walk the monk's path, and so I will give you this, a soul crystal, the mark of my order. None but a monk may hold it, and only then with the order's leave. Your chakra is awakened, that is clear, and so you are worthy. Many bore that crystal before you. It remembers them, their breath and their movement. They will one day be yours, but your chakra must open further. Only then can the crystal's memories enter you. This is no more than the beginning. You must train. Learn to control the life force within you. With time, you will master it. We stand on an ancient battleground. A great war was waged here. The spirit of the fight lingers. The ether reaches for the chakra. It aids in their opening. That is why we monks seek such lands. Eric seeks these lands for reasons of his own. The fates favor you in this. Follow him. Your chakra will grow ever more. Professor Eric is leaving. Fear not, I will see to his safety. Please, brother, the etherometer. Gather it and bring it to the Goldsmiths Guild. Galen Winterborn. What level is Galen Winterborn? Level 90. Well, Galen Winterborn does need my help. That guy has got a blue chocobo covered in red armor. Oh, I was requested to tell a joke 2 hours ago, and I didn't tell a joke at the time, so maybe I should tell you a joke. Did you hear about the 2 silkworms that had a race? They ended up in a tie. Did you hear about the unsuccessful massage therapist? He rubbed people the wrong way. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a bonus joke. This one's very stupid, but it made me laugh, so I'm gonna tell it anyhow. So I was reading the world's worst dictionary yesterday. It was the definition of,
Well, look who has decided to grace us with his presence. Did you enjoy the saunter back? I was about to begin my analysis, so if you've matters you wish to speak on, I'd ask that you save it for... You've brought the aetherometer. Excellent. I had the feeling you might not be entirely useless. Now, let's see what discoveries await. Weathergilt passed along a soul crystal to you. Moved to join the monkhood by the bone-headed clod, were you? Well, I suppose it is for the best that my pupils get along. But I do believe I will see to it that you are sent to separate locations for the next round of measurements. And I dare say the land to which I intend to send you is fraught with dangers. You had best tread the monk's path quickly if you mean to defend yourself, and me besides.
the next monk quest will be available from Eric upon reaching level 35. Monk unlocked. Guided by the souls of monks past, you have opened a chakra, which I didn't finish reading that. Number of available gear sets increased. Okay, so what do? Jobs. You have obtained a soul crystal. Soul crystals are required to change from your current class to a more specialized job. Each job has its own crystal, which can be equipped via the armory chest. While using a job, you will have limited access to actions from other classes. You will, however, have access to new job-specific actions. Job level and attribute bonuses coincide with those of the base class. When a job level rises, so too does the level of the base class and vice versa. Okay, so soul crystal, equip. Chakra gauge explained. The chakra gauge indicates the number of chakra a monk currently has opened. Chakra are opened using the action meditation or by using weapon skills. Opening 5 allows for the execution of the Steel Peak and Howling Fist. So we now have Arm of the Destroyer, as well as Demolish and Rockbreaker. Changes form 2 Oppo Oppo. Okay, so looking at my skills now, we've got... What are my actual attack skills? 270... Okay, so we have Boot Shine, which does not, which is beneficially used in Oppo Oppo form and changes form to Raptor. We have True Strike, which is beneficially used in Raptor and changes form to Quirrell. Arm of the Destroyer deals 100 to all nearby targets, but 110 if used in Raptor form, or sorry, in Oppo Oppo form, which would make it usable concurrent with this one. Whoops. Let's move Faint out of the way, just so I can see what the rotation's like. Changes to Quirrell, changes to Raptor, changes to Quirrell. This one here delivers an attack with a potency of 220, 280 when executed from target's flank, can only be executed while in Quirrell form. So we'll put that there. Can only be executed from Quirrell form. Put that there. Can only be executed within Quirrell form. So True Strike. So we're going this one, Boot Shine, then True Strike, then one of these three. And so let's make sure I know what these three do. And then we have that one. So we got Boot Shine into True Strike. So, Snap Punch delivers an attack with a potency of 220. Changes form to Oppo Oppo. Okay. Delivers an attack with a potency of 40, 100 when executed from a target's rear. Additional effect, it does a dot. Rock Breaker delivers an attack with a potency of 130 to all nearby enemies. Can only be executed while in... Okay. Twin Snakes delivers an attack with potency of 250. Can only be executed when in raptor form. Additional effect, grants Disciplined Fist. Disciplined Fist effect, increases damage dealt by 10%. Additional effect, changes form to Quarrel. So, Raptor to Quarrel to Oppo Oppo. So, Twin Snakes can only be executed in Raptor. So Twin Snakes takes over from 2. So we go 1, 2, and then we can Snap Punch, or we can Demolish, which is an AoE. No, is it... That one's a dot. That one's an AoE. Arm of the Destroyer is less good than Demolish, from the looks of things. 130 versus 110. Oh, but these could be... These could be used subsequent to one another. So that's part of the AoE combo. Got it. Quarrel to Oppo Oppo. True Strike delivers an attack 270. Can only be executed from Raptor. 250. That's level 18. That's level 4. But this grants a damage increase. This one doesn't. Cast time is the same between both. So it looks like True Strike is just, True Strike looks deprecated here. Meditation opens up chakra. What is this? Feint. Lowers target's physical damage dealt by 10% and magic damage dealt by 5%. Leg sweep. We should take these and move them off my primary bar. Heal can go there. Oh! Okay, that makes sense. So True Strike hits harder than Twin Snakes. And so you go 1. So actually it should be more like that. 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And then I have a... Down here, I have a And AoE rotation if need be. Okay, got it. I think. All right, since I'm in Thanalan, let's quickly deal with this. I don't necessarily want to run the dungeon right now, but I do want to at least open it. Uh-oh, what did I do with all my... What have I done? Actions. Roll, we've got all those. True North we don't have yet. Traits. Orders. Companion? Oh, right. It's under Mount Guide. And then we have Pet Guide. Actions and traits. Limit break goes there. What's that? Make sure to put limit break on your bar, but don't lock the bar so you can become a meme forever in the Final Fantasy XIV community. What does that mean? What's the meme? There's a very famous incident of a raider streamer whiffing a limit break during progression from one of the Shadowbringer raids. And he has never been able to live it down. Okay. Was it just like he accidentally dropped the item, like he clicked on it and pulled it off of his action bar? This is why you always use hotkeys.
If it is the halls of Halatali you seek, you need seek no further. Permit me to tell you something of this place. The name comes from an ancient tongue, Halatali meaning the land of many shadows. It was here that our distant ancestors first settled, and you have not come all this way for a lesson in history. Shh. Listen, do you hear the howls and growls? Do you not feel how they shake the very earth beneath you? Those sounds are the work of no wind, my friend, nor that rumbling, the doing of any shadows. Those are the calls of Halatali. For now, the beasts once kept the Colosseum lurk here. And these are no gentle beasts broken by the hand of man. No, there are those within that even the might of the immortal flames cannot tame. From the look of you, you must be Uzela. Aye, I received word from Nedric that you might be along. By his recommendation, I grant you leave to enter freely. I only pray you are able to find your way out.
Map. The Black Shroud. New Gridania. All right, what's the song? I know, it does sound familiar, but I can't place it. Mars Bruno Grenade? All right, then. All right, well, they're a bunch of fucking nerds.
Language.
Listen, they're not just little Japanese murder bots. Sometimes they're little Japanese war crime bots.
Only those who possess a gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk beyond would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. You have papers? Let us see now. Oh yes, everything appears to be in order. Go in safely, Uzela. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word.
Hello, Roostbot.
It is no ordinary adventurer who is granted passage through the White Wolf Gate. I am Roostbont of the Wood Whalers, and I would see you live up to your reputation. My fellow whalers at Dunstan's Spire are in grave need of an adventurer's aid. Should you have a mind to make yourself useful, travel there and seek out the Evanir.
Yes. Okay, I really don't want to do like 700 tasks here right now, so let's just hide that one. And then let's do that. Where'st am I? Literally in exactly the wrong spot. All right, onward to Old Gridania, the Lancers Guild. The Lancers Guild. The Lancers Guild. Oh, there's a leatherworking job and a botanist job.
The ferry docked at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find the Hawthorne Hut without much trouble.
My feisty little chocobo. What is my feisty little chocobo all about? The Hawthorne Hut. Where is the Hawthorne Hut? I should be paying more attention. Map. Bent Branch Meadows, yes. Oh, what if your chocobo could murder a fool on your behalf? That does sound useful, I admit. Okay, quest is this way. Quest is literally the opposite of this way. What? Samwalk, I don't believe you're not joking. Samwalk quotes IGN saying, as part of IGN FanFest, we are giving away copies of the upcoming game I Am Jesus Christ on Steam. Log in and claim your copy. Okay, I want to know more about the game I Am Jesus Christ. Let's learn about it. I Am Jesus Christ on Steam. Walk in the footsteps of Jesus in this incredible first-person retelling of the story of Christ from birth to resurrection. Perform amazing miracles, interact with a cast of biblical figures, and travel around the Holy Land from Jerusalem to the Galilee. Become the Messiah in I Am Jesus Christ. The trailer literally has Jesus walking on water. Go back in time over 2,000 years and follow the same path as Jesus Christ from his baptism to the resurrection. Inspired by the New Testament stories, I Am Jesus Christ is a simulation like no others. Are you prepared to fight with Satan in the desert, cure the sick and help the needy? Perform over 30 iconic miracles from the feeding of the 5,000 and healing lepers to the calming of the sea and giving sight to the blind? Recharge the Holy Spirit's power through prayer as brand new concepts work in conjunction with timeless tales. I Am Jesus Christ is inspired by the New Testament and hopes to spread the gospel uniquely and engagingly. Journey through over 10 hours of gameplay across the desert, water, and mountains, all culminating in the famous story of Christ's crucifixion and resurrection. Key features.
Experience Christ's life firsthand from his birth through the crucifixion and resurrection. Explore accurate recreations of significant locations in the Holy Land, including Jerusalem and the Galilee. Perform over 30 amazing miracles, including the feeding of the 5,000 and walking on water. Receive the power of the Holy Spirit and increase its power through prayer. Interact with over 60 characters, including Christ's disciples. Recreate essential events, including the Last Supper.
It requires an i3 2100 and a GTX 550 Ti. Yes, it did. It did, in fact, say receive the power of the Holy Spirit and increase its power through prayer. That is one of the features listed as a key feature of the game. Hi, Meg. Oh, there's an IGN page for it. EW Gaming. Finally, a video game that lets you play as Jesus Christ. I Am Jesus Christ, the world's first Jesus simulator, allows gamers to slip into the sandals of the godlike Christian prophet. Vice magazine has I Am Jesus Christ, the world's first Jesus simulator. Okay, this is Motherboard. I played the world's first Jesus Christ simulator, and I have questions. The video game retraces the life of Jesus, the fasting, the miracles, and the giant balls of energy thrown by Satan. Oh, dear. Okay, so I just scrolled. Now I'm just going to read it. Now I've just got to read the whole article. In the past few weeks, I've had the pleasure of playing a demo version of the biblically inspired title I Am Jesus Christ, soon to be released by developers Simula M and Playway. The premise of the video game is to recap Jesus' actual life events, spanning the time just before his baptism to his crucifixion and eventual resurrection. Maxim Vysochansky, CEO of Simula M, said the initial inspiration for the game goes way back. You don't say. Basically, over 20 years ago, I was so inspired by computer-animated movies like Shrek and Toy Story that I thought it would be great to make such a movie about Jesus Christ, he said. Over time, the idea began to take the shape of a video game. The project was later greenlit by the publisher Playway. The demo version I played was about 2 hours long and still in its preliminary stages, or at least I hope so. However, it clearly shows that what Simula M is trying to do, a series of gamified scenes that adapt episodes of the life of Jesus to the video game format, linked together by visual representations of passages from the Gospels for context. As far as graphics go, the game is anything but subtle. In its title screen, the I is represented by an image of none other than Jesus Christ himself, levitating in the air, his arms outstretched, ready for his ascension into heaven. That said, the game is fairly serious in its depiction of Jesus' life. It even includes references to the biblical verse corresponding to each incident. Unfortunately for the developers, though, it also has ridiculously high meme potential. We already had that problem with our trailers, but somebody needs to make such a game, replied the CEO when I asked him whether he was worried about what the internet would do with his work. The game begins with the search for John the Baptist. As Jesus, I had to ask my fellow villagers where he was and then make my way to him without starving. That mostly meant picking fruits from the bushes along the way to keep my health bar full. My impression of this first level was that it was a bit of a hodgepodge, but the situation quickly escalated. In the next level, I, Jesus, had to fast in the desert while surrounded by angels training me to fight. Quite a bit of a departure from the source material, certainly no turning the other cheek in this one. With the press of a button, I could instead gather the energy balls thrown at me by Satan and bounce them back with a magma-filled crater as a backdrop, a natural feature obviously very common in Palestinian deserts.
Can confirm.
Every now and then I had to stop and pray to recharge my Holy Spirit, consumed by the use of my powers. I am no theology expert, but I don't recall Jesus ever running into the issue of a possible Holy Spirit depletion, especially since I'm pretty sure the Bible says they're supposed to be inextricably linked together as one God. After defeating Satan a la Dragon Ball, Jesus begins his preaching and his journey to Jerusalem. Apparently, that also included destroying evil crystals placed by Satan in several Palestinian cities. I also solved a bunch of puzzles in a celestial dimension to unlock new miracles, and then used said miracles in my preaching. I magically caught fish to persuade fishermen to join me, turned water into wine to save a marriage, and made myself smaller to enter a little boy's body and destroy the viruses that were going to kill him. All in all, despite the creator's best intentions, the adaptation is quite jumbled. I asked the CEO if he really thinks it's possible to make a Christian video game. He replied that he doesn't see why not, especially since there are so many books and films dedicated to the life of Jesus. I see his point. And then it just goes into a bunch more background.
Like, you should stay accurate to the source material in this case. The magma? The great balls of Satan?
Goodness gracious,
Jesus.
great balls of Satan.
Also, spoilers, he dies at the end. Oh my god.
So I presume that game is going to show up on Watch and Play.
Amazing. Chat you.
Sam Hawk says, so, like, hear me out. Moses leading the Jews out of Egypt through the Sinai, but it's an endless runner.
40 years played in real time.
It's just Subway Surfer. Oh, dear. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
In preparation for my 525.
Right. Enjoy. Funko, welcome everybody. How's it going? How's your evening? What were you up to today, Funko? Escape from Tarkov. I am not surprised.
Y'all just miss Jesus talk.
Yeah, y'all just miss Jesus talk.
It's not what you think.
So come on in, everybody. We're playing. We're playing Final Fantasy 14 for the month of February. It's Final Fantasy 14 February. The Fishes and Loaves quest is bugged unless you use a dupe glitch. Oh, dear.
Good time.
Good times. All right, we have a quest to embark upon. So let's do that.
What's your quest? What is your quest?
What is your quest?
No, but really, what is your quest?
Let's find out. From Emmeline.
Indeed, I am Ameline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all know. Would you know more? You'd do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know.
Right. Can I?
Did you just push your cheek into my face?
I did. Yes. Sleep well. All right. Rolf Hawthorne. How's my best Rolf voice? Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're a particular folk. How particular, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg pardon, friend. My memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before. You might have more luck with them. There we go. I feel like I did a decent... I know if you're not making puns every line, it's not Rolf, but I felt like I thought that was a pretty good Rolf on my end. I felt like the delivery was good.
The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You'd do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches.
Explosions! Loud noises! That's one of you, isn't it?
The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me.
Oh, they're being orange means they're on my friends list. That's what the orange name is all about.
Money, 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 money! Money!
That's what this person's name is. It's money!
The sylphs.
Try and deliver this entire speech in that voice.
The sylphs. Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day, they're drawing marble faces on our masks. The next, they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter.
Oh, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You'd do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. Oh, still here, eh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along Drat, what was it again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own.
Ah, there's so many quests. So many quests. I feel like I'm wasting optimal leveling potential by not taking all the quests and doing them while I'm out here, but that's right. Pywo's not here. Pywo can't stop me.
A peace offering for the sylphs? Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey. But I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you, perchance, familiar with milk root? That's what we call the root of that most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious vision in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow, with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck.
All right, let's go stimulate a bush. A curious tussock. All right, now we have to present the milk root to Rolf. Oh, not Cain or Abel. Thank you very much for the resub. I missed it when you resubbed, but thank you for the resub. Now for 28 months.
Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milk root. But of course, those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well.
I'm turning on puppy cam because Maple is about to walk through, and this might be your only opportunity to see Maple tonight. Here, I'll give you full size.
Maple, puppy. Puppy.
Is that a new toy? Yes, it is, in fact. Chat has noticed the new toy. We got her an armadillo. It's a little armadillo. Armadillos. Yeah, armadillos keep digging little holes in my front yard. Yeah, that's visible. Yeah, it looks vaguely like my slippers, so Meg got it in an effort to direct Maple to the armadillo and not to my slippers. It's a decoy, that's right. Maple still hasn't actually left the bedroom yet. She just walked behind you so that chat can't see her at all.
Maple, come say hello. Puppy. Puppy. There she is. What a good girl. Look at that good girl.
She weighed in at 56 pounds today. 56.2. We took her to the vet for her rabies shot today. You can tell she's in a real hurry to pee. Oh. Yeah. There she goes. All right. Out she goes for a pee. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the sylphs calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes upon it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. The sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the morble that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know that they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend. And do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Ah, and afore I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Ameline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass my regards along to the winged ones. All right, Ameline.
It's good to see your knowledge of the Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Camuxio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of the malodorous root the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the Elder Seed Seer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress on you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good things.
All right. Samwon Ghastly, we had the finding out the worst possible way there's a hole in the poop bag experience yet. The answer to that is actually no. We have not found our poop bags to have holes in them so far. To our, mercifully. That is one big-ass gnat. God damn. Why does it have human teeth? Don't like that. All right, so that's what a sylph looks like, I guess.
Walking One is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking One should go home and leave this one be. This one would welcome Walking One who moves like these ones. If Walking One would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so Walking One should speak with a quick tongue.
Oh, are our wolf pups barking at one another? That's super cute.
Walking One would bring gift to this one. Walking One is most kind.
It's the sheep!
Walking One brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Gives many, many thanks.
Y'all got any more of that milk root?
Walking One carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking One should not worry. Hello there, we're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat with you people.
Aye, we come to pay our respects to your elder and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu.
Who are these ones? These Walking Ones come from Gridania? Walking One became a dancing one and brought milk root. But Walking One tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder One is busy. Walking One should go home. Go home, you say? But the sylphs of Little Solace have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings.
The letter carried by Uwuzela here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seedseer herself. Still you would refuse us?
This one's reasons are no business of Walking One's. Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking Ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Uwuzela's jig insufficiently jiggy?
I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust.
Hey! Orc Bork.
Say, Uwuzela, are you in a mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all that trouble to learn the Sylph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a Sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow! Ow! There goes those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again.
Dance!
Ooh, Waking One knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. Walking One would be friend to these ones? This one is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way.
Dyslexia. This is just Organization 13.
What does Walking One want with this one? Elder One wanted this one not to get too friendly with the Walking Ones. Ah, Walking One is a friend to these ones. Friendly like gracious Elder One of Forest City. Knows how to dance into these ones' hearts.
Hop, hop, hop.
Uwuzela, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all of Little Solace. The better news, why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure.
Uwuzela, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have all their fair share of troubles. seek out troubled sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hyria Imedia, of the Gradanians who reside here. She is most likely to be privy to the sylphs' troubles.
Walking One may dance many dances, but this one still doesn't like Walking Ones. Why? Because Walking Ones don't listen, that's why. If Walking One wants to befriend this one, Walking One should listen, and listen good. This one has itchy spot on back. Walking One should poke it. Tee-hee! Walking One fell into trap. Touching this one turns Walking One's skin into moss. Tee-hee! Mossy One's skin turns greener and greener. Mossy One should examine self to see how silly Mossy One has become. Ha-ha! Your epidermis is showing.
Oh.
Hee-hee-hee! Walking One is so silly. There is no curse, Silly One. This one tricked Silly One good, yes? This one is smart. Silly One should congratulate this one for being so very smart. That's right, Silly One. This one is very, very smart one. Silly One is smart to know this. Silly One makes this one laugh. This one likes to laugh. Maybe Silly One is not so bad after all. These ones need help. Please help these ones. Vile ones, called buzzing jidges. Think these ones are food. Attack these ones. Attack whenever these ones go into the forest to bathe in sunlight. Some of these ones have gone into the forest to lure out vile ones. This one wants Walking One to wait for vile ones, wait nearby and slay vile ones that come. Oh, Walking One, please listen. This one was frolicking in the forest, as this one likes to do, when nasty tusked ones came huffing and puffing and charging. This one was so frightened. This one is too scared to go back to the forest. Walking One can make tusked ones go away, yes? This one would dance for joy. Tusked ones hide in bushes. Walking One should be careful.
Hello again. How's it going? A new favorite piece of bark. Great.
Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray, hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from the malms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The Zizgorlins and Gallgnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important part in Sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling the forests, they are not easy to come by. When you are done with the deeds, seek out Komuxio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this.
All right, let's go adventuring.
Maple, puppy.
She does not care because Meg has treats.
Hi, pup. Pup.
That's quite the piece of bark.
Yeah, right? But she carried it home. That's the first stick she carried home.
That's the first stick she carried home.
Can we keep it?
I don't think that really counts as a stick.
It's a... I'm gonna throw it out.
Okay. I know. Look at that face. Well, look at that face once you're out of the way. Ziz Gorlin! Suspicious thicket! Tusked Hog! Title of my sex tape. Destination! Now Maple is experiencing emotions. Vocally. Ooh, a chew? She got a chew? What a spoiled dog. Suspicious thicket. A boring weevil. Wild wolf. Oh, a lemur. Oh, a hippopotamus. Want a hippopotamus for Christmas. What am I looking for here? Forest friend. A giant gnat. One giant gnat coming right up. Oh, a gall gnat, not a giant gnat. Where do I find a gall gnat? Obtain brownie bushes. I have not seen even one brownie bush. What does a brownie bush look like? Aha! Two brownie bushes. Sorry. You rotated the dog. Thank you. Everybody keep your eyes open for a brownie bush. Ah, there it is. Look at that chew. Hi, I'm about to fight some terrifying gnats. Look at how terrifying these gnats are.
It's very large.
And it has human teeth. Why does it have human teeth?
I don't like any of this.
Yeah, that's what I said. Alright, that's it. I only had to kill one. As a warning to the others.
You just have to leave the carcass there.
I'm not going that way, I'm going this way.
I just had to make sure that Maple was rotated.
Sorry?
I just had to make sure that Maple was visible to her adoring fans.
Oh yeah. In fact, she could be slid back a little bit. She's currently face is cut off by the gate.
Not.
Oh. Alright.
I didn't want to move her too much, and I already rotated her like 180 degrees.
Fair enough.
But
She is very good.
she took a modest poop just now. So hopefully that means the 5:30 poop won't happen.
Okay. We'll hold out hope.
Yes.
I'll take her to pee again before I come to bed.
Perfect. Because I don't think she hasn't pooped since lunchtime before then. So
I'm sure chat was delighted to learn these things.
subscribe for more maple facts. Should I just make a maple poop channel in Discord?
No.
And we can just like...
I do know what my 350 subscriber emote is going to be, though. Which is going to be
a big old steamy pile of logs.
No, I was thinking a poop emoji, but done to look like a realistic, like... turd, as opposed to the cute little, like, swirl.
Yeah, because Maple doesn't make a swirl. She makes, like, a stack of logs.
Yeah, a little bonfire of logs.
Yeah. Yeah. With, like, little grassy bits in it from all the goose poop she makes.
Samwalk, you're not allowed to take offense to this. You're not allowed to take offense to this conversation. As the person who asked if we have had the experience of discovering in the worst way possible there was a hole in the poop bag.
I have not discovered that.
No, I have also not had that experience yet.
I have accidentally gotten poop on my hands while picking up poop.
Gross.
It was my thumb.
Just
was
stick
fine.
it right in there.
No, I hadn't folded the bag properly because it was like 6 a.m. or whatever. So it was like, good morning.
Yeah, always check that you've got
All five
full coverage
appendages.
inside the bag. Yeah.
But no, since then it's good. I actually threw out a bag because it had a hole in it.
Oh, nice catch. All right, I have
That's
quests
all.
to turn in.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to bed again.
I know.
For
Good night.
real though.
Yeah. Love you too. Meg walks out of the room, looks at the dog, and goes, I love you too, you little shitbag.
Walking One has made tusked ones go away. This one can play in the forest again. This one thanks Walking One. This one is forever and ever Walking One's friend. Helpful One has returned. This one is troubled. When this one ran away from nasty tusked ones, this one dropped 3 spindles of thread. This one has searched Brambly Place over and over, but nothing was found. Oh, woe is this one. Helpful One will help, yes? These ones must bathe in sunlight to survive. Without sunlight, these ones will fall ill and shrivel away to no ones. Thanks to Walking One, these ones can safely bathe in sunlight again. Praise be to Walking One.
Grape juice or antelope steak? Presumably, fully doesn't matter.
Dancing One is still here. Dancing One can dance all day. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Dancing One brings brownie bushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing One kills Bitey Buzzy One. This one hates Bitey Buzzy Ones. Dancing One is kind. Too kind. Many Walking Ones come to these ones' abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. This one asks Dancing One for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since Walking Ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But Dancing One is not like other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange Walking Ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. This one's home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help this one no more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and Walking Ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Walking Ones in Hut House and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something. But this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness of Dancing One.
Yeah, I can see why they would be afraid of that.
Strange steel Walking Ones. Yes, this one has seen. Steel Walking Ones carry big boxes. Maybe Walking Ones hunt for shiny treasure? This one likes treasure.
The Chocobo theme in this game is very intense.
Shush, shush. This one says, steel Walking Ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary. Scary ones have scary friends.
Okay, we gotta go find the bramble place. And locate spindles of thread. Spindle of thread. I just noticed how close I was to this ant. Spindle of thread. Ah, there it is. Spindle of thread. Samwalk, I don't know to whom you're referring. Who is the she in the context of she's still very wiry? Oh, Maple? Yeah. Yes, she's definitely still going to put on weight. Probably another 20 pounds or so.
Men clad in strange armor. Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers.
Probably also some more brain cells. Also probably true. One hopes most of that 20 pound is brain cells.
Fearsome types clad to head and toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good.
Okay, we have investigated the suspicious presence. So back we go. Actual Bonobo is what that person's name is. One million monkeys with 1 million typewriters could play Final Fantasy XIV.
Without thread, this one cannot weave. Whatever is this one to do? This one's thread. This one can weave again. Helpful One is so kind. This one thanks Helpful One from bottom of this one's heart. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees steel walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes and go walking deep, deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes mark right here. This is where steel ones hide. This one knows. Dancing One will go looking for steel ones, yes?
Erica, hello. Welcome. How's it going? How are the raiders this evening? Did you have a good time crafting mines, I assume. Oh, sorry, you were hamming wars. Did you have a good time hamming wars this evening? You did indeed. Oh, geez, that's a lot of soldiers. In retrospect, I should have used AoE there, but oh well. Yes, Rock Pusher, I do have new emotes. I debuted them earlier this week. TQ did yet again did a bang up job on all the emotes. It won't load those emotes or any... Edge won't load the emotes or any new tabs, but I'm coming through just fine. Cool beans! That's great. Huh! You know, I fully didn't know that TQ also had Angel and Devil emotes. Oops. Oh well.
Dancing One is back. This one breathed a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing One found something. Dancing One found paper inside of box. This is a message from Empire. This one can read Walking One symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do Steel Walking Ones know to find them? Is there Sneaky One hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping One selling secrets to Steel Walking Ones? This one fears for this one's home, but Dancing One has helped this one so much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friend to these ones. Helpful One arrives at good time. This one needs Helpful One's help. One of these ones named Claxio ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful One must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry, before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one.
Let's save Claxio! No, Claxio. Claxio, where did you go? Hi, Julie! How's it going? How in the blue hell? How did I fly by Claxio? Hi, Claxio. Found ya.
What? Walking One wants this one to return to Little Solace. Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a Primal One. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one, though, this one thought this is a likely place to build a home. But then Meddling One arrives, forcing this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling One is forbidden from following this one. Away with Meddling One!
All right, back to Claxio. On my chocobo. just slightly faster. Or Camuxio, rather, not Claxio.
What? Claxio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest. But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry. Hurry and find Claxio. Helpful one should search for spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead Helpful one to Claxio. But hurry, hurry, before touched ones take Claxio away.
And that's going to be it for this evening. I'm going to hurry offline. Alrighty, so thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who subscribes, everybody who follows, everybody who cheers, everybody who chats, and everybody who hangs out and lurks. It's a genuine thrill stream for you, and I hope you have as much fun watching as I do playing. I will be back tomorrow, same Matt time, same Matt channel, here on twitch.tv/Wiggins at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, playing Final Fantasy XIV. And, yeah, until then... Oh, I've not got my puppy cam on. I'm sorry. Until then, you can, of course, do the usual and follow me on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Wiggins_TV. And, of course, I have a Discord. If you are a subscriber, you can join the Discord by making sure your Twitch account, Discord account are linked in Discord's backend, where my server will appear to you as if by magic among your linked servers. So, we're gonna, well, I was going to say we are going to raid Brave New Faves, but apparently Brave New Faves isn't live yet. So maybe I just release you into the hands of terrible, terrible freedom. Yes, come to twitter.com/Wiggins where you can think about how that's still not my username. Because there's some rando camping it that I've never been able to get a hold of. All right, so that's going to be it. I'm going to release you into the hands of horrible freedom. Until then, until tomorrow, so long, have a great night, and, goodbye.